Hey everybody! Well, today we're going to take a look at this brand new set from Lego. This is the classic TV series Batmobile. It's set number 76328 and it has 1,822 pieces. This is going to be a pretty good sized car. It's probably like the same size as like the Ecto one. But of course, this is based on the West Burt Ward version of Batman, the original series, and I just love it. I've always loved that car. I thought it was really cool. And on the back here, you can see another angle or another view of this. And it kind of shows some interior details. It looks like it's got the interior where the steering wheel and all that is up here. Also, there's a trunk. It's got a cool little feature back there that we'll look at once I get this thing built. There's a few things on here that I wish it had. And I don't know. I'm not really sure why they decided not to put these certain things in here. But at the same time, the set is $149. And normally these sets go for at least 200 bucks. So anyway, this looks like a really cool set. I can't wait to get started building it, and it's about time Lego comes out with this car. All right, so I just wanted to show you what the interior looks like, the whole structure of it. It's got a very nice, strong structure as you are putting this together. These sections right here, this whole strip, you put these all together, and that really reinforces everything up. It's really nice. Here's the Bat computer back here. And I thought it came out of there, but it doesn't. I can't remember if it came out of the trunk in the series. It probably didn't, but you can kind of just see how all of this is done. It's really cool. I'm always fascinated how the designers of Lego, how do they come up with this stuff? I mean, how do they engineer all this stuff? And a lot of this stuff you're not going to see. Now, there is no engine detailing or anything like that. And I got a little bit of the front going on here. We'll take a look at it more when I get it built, but I just kind of wanted to show you what this looks like, because once it gets covered up, you're not going to be able to see it. And down there, I'm not sure you'll be able to see that once I get the canopy pieces on here, but there is some foot pedals down here for the clutch and the brake, and then there is a foot pedal down there. I guess this is a stick shift right here, is my guess. But I may be able to reach into there once I get the canopy pieces on there, but that part might be harder to see. But anyway, very cool. I'm loving the build of this. And here it is, all finished. And oh my gosh, this thing is so cool. Absolutely love it. It's a pretty good size. It's around the same size. Well, it's a little bigger than the Ecto one if you've got one of those. But this thing looks just like the original. Now, there is some new elements for these windscreen pieces, and they're slightly different. I'll show you when we get a close-up of this thing, but I just kind of want to give you an overall look at this. It's pretty dang big. All this detail going on the front. There's some things on it that I wish that just there's some things that I wish we had on here feature-wise that you don't get with this. But because you don't, I think is why the price is relatively decent. And I say decent in quotes because it is $149. But normally a car like this goes for about 200 bucks when Lego puts out a car that's of this size. And I think it's just because it's lacking some features, but it sure is beautiful. I mean, model-wise, it looks absolutely fantastic. Now, there was a lot of stickers on this set, but they weren't horrible or anything. This one being one of them right there, and there's another one on the other side for the door. These here are actually prints, so I was glad that they did that. Now, the way they did this trim is really interesting for the whole thing, getting that red trim on there. And I will say that I think this is, on the car, the actual car is more of a curve, but this one has more of a sharper edge to it. And it does look a little weird, but you know, we're limited to the elements that Lego has. But what I really love about this whole thing is there's very few studs showing, well, except for the back. But I love it because it looks more like a model, and I'm glad Lego is doing more of that because I prefer something that looks more like a model. I know some people are fine with having some of the studs showing on there, but I would rather it look more like a model. See back here, you can really see a bunch of studs showing. Now these things were really interesting. They're actually on hinges. You can see how many, there's a whole bunch of hinges on there. But in order to get that angle, they put them on hinges, and then you just kind of got to line them up properly so you can try to get the right angle on here. This back section, more awesome detail back here. I do wish they would have had the spinning flame on a lot of the Batmobiles. You know, when you roll it, you have a mechanism in there so that the flame spins. That would have been really nice to have on here, but they didn't. This thing is kind of lacking a few details that I kind of wish that they would have put in, but then that would have jacked up the price too. Back here, we have the nail spreader. I love that. And then over here it says the bat chute. I love how everything was labeled on the car. There's a trunk here. I'll show you what's on the inside there. Very nice tiling. This thing is a major fingerprint magnet, so you have to do a lot of polishing on this when you're done. These windscreen pieces, I think they're exclusive to this set, and I got these. They were actually in paper bags. For the first time I got a set that has the new paper bags that Lego's trying to go to. They're going to try to get rid of the plastic bags that the pieces come in. So I finally got to see those, but I think these are exclusive to this set. You can see how this one's a little bit shorter than that, and they are really nice pieces. These are nice, clear domes, and because they are individually wrapped, there's no scratches on it, which is great. There's the red light there at the top. Can't remember what that is. Let's see, emergency bat turn lever. Oh yeah. I think I saw Robin use that knob or something one time in one of the episodes, but they really got the look of that right, especially these things right there. I think that might be the bat scope there. On the actual car, it's more like a plus shape, like a plus sign shape, but I think they did fine with what they got right there. Then here's that front end. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and over here we have gas and the bat ray. And there's the headlights right in there. But it was very cool the way everything went together. It was kind of weird how this kind of went together. They're almost not, I kind of feel like they're not lined up, but I don't know. I'll have to look at the car. Maybe that's how they look. I'm not really sure. Or that's just how they could make it look. I think some people don't like the way this part sticks out, but I'm fine with it. I mean, you know, the car has some really weird angles to it to pull off in Lego form. So, you know, what are you going to do? But anyway, let me show you the interior. Now, on the back, I like how they got all this grill work going on in there. It's very cool. Now, here's the driver's seat. These seats are really neat. They're kind of similar to the, they kind of remind me of the way that the 007 Aston Martin seats were made. There's quite a few pieces that go into just the seats. That is that little lever there in the center. If I can stay focused. There's a great fire extinguisher right there, and it has the bat symbol on it. That was fun to build. I like when they have stuff like that. If I can just stay focused on there. Now here's the dash. Unfortunately, the wheel does not turn the wheels. You know, usually they have a mechanism there so that where you turn the steering wheel, it'll also turn the wheels. But that's another thing that it's kind of lacking in there. And I'm going to have to see if I can try to get a little bit further inside that interior so you can kind of see what's going on. Let me flip it to this side where Robin sits. You can kind of see that little bat scope, I'm guessing is what that is. I don't know. What does that say? Let me see if I can zoom in on it. Very difficult to zoom in on this detail. There we go. Yes, detectoscope. That's right. I love how they had all this cool stuff. There's like a radio right there. I'm not sure what that is. And they even have these things in the car. I always notice they have this. It almost looks like one of those roll top desk type details or something in there. Those are stickers as well. Everything's a sticker in there as far as those details. There is the bat phone. I love that they have the bat phone in there. Another fun little build with that. But yeah, it's very cool. Now in here, you can kind of see how all of this is going on. And then they have a bunch of stuff right here. Let me see if I can flip this around and look inside there. So down in here, you can see it says bat scanner, start button, and bat ram. I think that start button, if I recall, it was like a fake start button. Didn't the penguin try to start the car and he got ejected out of there like an ejector seat? If I can remember, one of the episodes was like that, so I think it's like a fake one. I really love that this compass right there. Look at that. That is really neat. That was a sticker also, but I love the way it looks. It's got that little dome piece on there. It's very nice. And then there is that stick shift down inside there too that you can kind of move around a little bit. But yeah, I don't know. Just look at the top view of that. That looks great. They really captured the look of this really, really nicely. So there is one feature on here, and that is the trunk. So the trunk actually does open. If I can remember how this opens up. Oh, there we go. So this whole thing is on a hinge there. And as you can see, there is I can get down in there. That is the mobile crime computer. It's very neat. So that's actually one of those door pieces, and there's a clear piece of plastic right in there. You can see all the. I can't remember what that looked like. I'll have to go back and see what episode that shows up in. But that is neat. There's some wiring down in there. There's a couple of lights, and that's a sticker. The wiring is a sticker. And I can't remember what's on here. It's like another detail, some kind of a little thing right down in there. It's kind of hard to see it. I thought this came out, but it's not. It's in there. I mean, you could probably pull it out of there, I guess. But I thought it was made to come out. But if it was, then they would have had some jumpers on there. But it's a neat little detail. At least they put something in there. So here's the plaque that this comes with, and you can see all the detail on there. I love how the fuel is bat fuel. That's always hilarious. There's the logo right there. Now, unfortunately, this is a sticker, and I thought Lego was going to do away with doing stickers for these plaques, and this one was a sticker. I hate these things. They are so big, and they're hard to get on here straight. I don't know. I must have done this like 4 or 5 times to get it right. I usually don't have that much trouble with these, but this one I did for some reason, and then got to try not to get air bubbles in there too. So I'm really hoping that they'll really start doing prints for these. They really need to, at least for that. And then here's a very simple thing on the back to keep that in the upright position. Now you do get a Batman figure with this, which is great. So kind of like the other Batman sets, he's kind of on the edge of a building with the gargoyles. And that is the Adam West version of Batman. As you can see, I love it. The cowl looks just like it. And I think we got this same figure with the smaller Batmobile that came out earlier. I think, was it this year? I can't remember if it was this year. It looks like it's got the new cape on here too. So it's very cool. And then you can take off the mask, and then he's got 2 different faces. There's more of a serious face there, and then he's smiling here. But I think I'm going to keep the serious face. Now, it's unfortunate, and I really don't know why they didn't do this, and this is probably my biggest gripe about this, is where's Robin? Where is Robin? Why didn't we get a Robin figure with this? I feel like that is just a complete screw up. Robin's in every episode just like Batman is. Why wouldn't you include him in here? So I thought that was just, I don't know. Why couldn't they have included him? So, and it doesn't seem like they include Robin in a lot of sets for some reason. But I think for this set, you really needed it. Does Burt Ward know about this? Oh, man. But yeah, I mean, I love this figure, but it was just, I just really think it's not the same without having Robin in there. So there we go, the classic Batmobile from Lego. This set came out on October 1st, and it retails for $149, which I think is actually a pretty darn good price. Most of these cars, like I mentioned, go for about $200 or more. But once again, I think it's because of the lack of stuff that they neglected to put on here. And, you know, there's no steering mechanism. I wish they would have put the cool spinning flame feature back here. But my biggest beef is the fact that they didn't include Robin as a minifigure. I mean, my gosh, that was, I don't know. I think they really dropped the ball on that. But the set itself is beautiful. I absolutely love it. It looks just like the Batmobile. I'm glad they came out with the larger size one. When the little one came out earlier, I just thought that was really cool too. So I was hoping they'd come out with the big one. But I wasn't sure if they would, you know. But that show is just as iconic, and Batman is still very popular now. I mean, look at that. That looks so good. Oh my gosh, this thing is awesome. So, yep. I'm pretty pleased with this, and I really like it, and I think the price is pretty doable. Well, for the most part. All right, well, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons. I very much appreciate it. And until the next time, I will see you on the next video. So thank you so much for watching, and have a good one.